Yeah. Hit this.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're gonna give you what you want.
That's not what I want.
No, that's deleted. What's up, guys? I'm sorry. I just got hit with something on the DMs. Nothing bad. I mean, huge news, as you know, the writer strike. Yeah, I'm glad you're all here for It's All About Wrestling episode 66. Yes, Muriel the Muse number. Is this a recap of wrestling? Weekly review? Yes, typically I do this on Mondays, but I decided to do this on a this Tuesday, because of the draft. I wanted to recap the draft that started on Friday, almost a Saturday, and ended last night. And that's the reason why I decided to postpone it to today, early in the afternoon, earlier than usual. Yeah, so before we get into this conversation about WWE, AEW, and other wrestling-related stuff, make sure to like this, share, like, subscribe, whatever. We're going to talk about the draft. We're going to do a recap of the draft, obviously. There's going to be a new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Title championship is going to be exclusively to Raw. The new champion is going to be crowned at Night of Champions at the end of the month in May. There's a big another lawsuit that WWE is going to have to deal with, and this one is really, really juicy and makes WWE really, really look even worse than it really looks now. It has something to do with a former writer. Something to do with a former writer that dished out some dirt. And we're going to talk Trinity, aka formerly known as Naomi, who's in TNA or Impact, made her debut in Impact. As Trinity Fat 2. I think she could use that name. I'm not sure. What else is there? Apparently there's some news that is going to come out maybe later. That's behind a paywall right now, so I can't really report it, but it's behind a paywall. Oh, right. But yeah. Yeah. So we have some details on the formation of the World Heavyweight title. That's a new belt. Plans for splitting titles along the way. When the decision was made to unify WWE Universe titles and how the King of the Ring was affected. Okay. Hey, Finbar. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Also, invitations. This is, you have to keep up. I mean, yeah. Okay. But here we go. Okay. We're going to look at the draft. Look at the fucking draft. Right? WWE draft. Right? Which concluded yesterday. And the wrestlers who not got drafted are considered free agents and can join any brand, whatever. We're going to go over the list. I have the list right here, the Wikipedia list. Yeah, Wikipedia. No, it's not. It's not. It looks similar. It does look similar, but no, it's not. It's new. It looks really good, though. I like it. So let's go over the draft. I gotta pull it up. Let me pull it up. The draft. It's getting from Wikipedia. Yeah, I'm pulling up the draft. Well, on SmackDown, and NXT superstars were eligible this year. Usually in the past they weren't eligible, but this year they are. Okay. We got the draft up here. Okay. So night 1 was SmackDown. The first night of the draft was SmackDown. This past Friday. And night 2, the finish of the draft was last night, Monday. But let's go over the whole draft. So the Bloodline consists of Roman Reigns, Sosako, and Paul Heyman. Their brand originally was SmackDown. They stay on SmackDown. So they're staying on SmackDown. Roman Reigns, Sosako, and Paul Heyman are staying on the brand of SmackDown. And Roman Reigns is the undisputed Universal Champion. WWE Universal Champion. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Yeah, they've always been doing a brand split for a long time. Cody Rhodes. Original brand was Raw, but he's been drafted, back to Raw. So he has not switched his brands. He's staying on Raw. Okay, Bianca Belair, who has a title match for this upcoming pay-per-view Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash in Puerto Rico this Saturday, will be defending her title against Io Sky. I'll be doing a prediction show Friday. I usually do prediction shows on Thursdays, but I'll be seeing Guardians on Thursday, so I won't be able to do the prediction show, and I'll move it to Friday, just before SmackDown. Well, Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion. Pre-draft brand, she's Raw Women's Champion, but she's been drafted to SmackDown. So she's going to SmackDown. The Raw Women's Champion is going to SmackDown. What does that mean for the Raw's Women's title? Are they going to ever lose it? Or are they going to switch, or she's going to switch the belts with the SmackDown Women's Champion? Becky Lynch? Well, she's staying on Raw. Becky Lynch is staying on Raw. Makes sense. Okay? Makes sense. The Street Profits, Angel Dawkins and Montez Ford. They were Raw superstars, but they've been drafted to SmackDown. So they switched brands and they're going to SmackDown. Imperium, that consists of the Intercontinental Champion Gunther, but also Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. They were SmackDown superstars, but they've been drafted to Raw. So that means the Intercontinental Championship, the Intercontinental title belt, will be a Raw exclusive belt now. So the IC belt will be a Raw brand belt now. Edge, formerly of Raw, is moving to SmackDown. Edge is going to SmackDown. Matt Riddle, who is Raw, is staying on Raw. Bobby Lashley, who was on Raw, is staying. Bobby Lashley is moving to SmackDown. Drew McIntyre, who was on SmackDown, is moving to Raw. So Drew McIntyre is moving to Raw. For SmackDown and Raw. The OC, the original club, that consists of AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carlos Anderson, with Mia Yim, originally on Raw, they're moving to SmackDown. So they're going to be SmackDown superstars. To me, which is, cool. Let's see. After? Okay. The Miz, who's on Raw, is staying on Raw. Damage Control consists of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and the number one contender to the Raw Women's title, Io Sky, formerly of Raw. They're moving to SmackDown. Female stable. So Damage Control, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky are moving to SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura, formerly of SmackDown, is moving to Raw. So Shinsuke Nakamura is going from SmackDown to Raw. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, where's he down at NXT? NXT, the third brand, they're moving up to SmackDown. And what's interesting about this is that they're the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. So I don't know what's going to happen there. We'll find out tonight, I guess. But they're being called up to the SmackDown brand from NXT. Same thing with Indi Hartwell, the NXT Women's Champion. But instead of SmackDown, she's being called up to Raw. Yeah, they're going to find some way to switch belts on them. They're going to find some way. I guarantee it. Well, the switching brand doesn't go into effect until next Monday. Next Monday is when the brand the brand split goes into effect after the pay-per-view this Saturday. The brand split goes into effect. So that was the draft live on TV, but there was also night one supplemental picks where we're not shown on TV. Not shown on TV. Okay. Apollo Crews gets called up from NXT and is going to Raw. Candice LeRae, who was on Raw before, is staying on Raw. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Chelsea Green was originally a Raw superstar, and Sonya Deville is originally a SmackDown superstar, but they did team up. Chelsea Green is staying on Raw, and Sonya Deville is moving to Raw. Yeah, it's Raw exclusive. Yeah, that's what they said. Raw exclusive. And I'll get to the reason why after I do the post draft stuff. Why it's gonna be a Raw exclusive? There's reasons why. Okay, big reasons why. Hit Row. No, Dexter Lumis. I didn't do Dexter Lumis. Is staying on Raw. What's on Raw is staying on Raw. Hit Row, Ashante, the Adonis, B Fab, and Top Dollar. We're SmackDown. They're staying on SmackDown. JD McDonough is getting caught up from NXT, and he'll be appearing on Raw. Lacey Evans is staying on SmackDown. She's from SmackDown. She's staying on SmackDown. Max and Male Models, Masi, and Mansoor with Maxime Dupree are staying on Raw. Natalya, previously SmackDown, is moving over to Raw. The Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar with Valhalla, were previous SmackDown tag team. They're moving to Raw. The final supplemental pick of Night 1, Zoe Stark is getting caught up from NXT to Raw. So last night's draft, part 2, where Ripley, who is a SmackDown Women's Champion, she's technically a Raw brand superstar with the SmackDown Women's title. She's being drafted to Raw. She's staying on Raw. I thought she would go to SmackDown, but she's there's another reason why. There's a big reason why. Ripley is staying on Raw, even though she's a SmackDown Women's Champion. Something's gonna happen. I'll explain what might happen. Austin Theory, who's the United States Champion, is moving from Raw to SmackDown. So Intercontinental Champion and the United States Champion are basically the secondary titles to the main titles, right? The heavyweight titles, right? So they're switching brands. So the United States title goes from Raw to SmackDown, and the Intercontinental title goes from SmackDown to Raw. Okay. Seth freaking Rollins is staying on Raw. He's previously on Raw. He's staying on Raw. Charlotte Flair is staying on SmackDown. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they've been both drafted to Raw. Right now, they're the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Usos, who are technically part of the Bloodline, they're staying on SmackDown. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damon Priest, and Dominic Mysterio are staying on Raw. They're staying on Raw. The Latino Royal Order consists of Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, and Zelina Vega are staying on SmackDown. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, previous to SmackDown superstars, are moving over to Raw, and they are the female women's tag team champions on the main roster. Oh my god, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. There's a lot of stuff. Asuka is moving from Raw to SmackDown. The New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods are moving from SmackDown to Raw, the tag team. The Brawling Brutes consists of Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch are staying on SmackDown. Trish Stratus is staying on Raw. She's staying on Raw. Karrion Kross and Scarlett are staying on SmackDown. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are moving from SmackDown to Raw. So you can see Ronda Rousey on Raw. LA Knight is staying on SmackDown. Oh, I'm telling you, this is taking a lot out of me. I'm telling you, man. Shotzi is staying on SmackDown. Bronson Reed is staying on Raw. Staying on Raw. Pretty Deadly, a tag team from NXT, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. Yeah, they're NXT. They're being caught up to SmackDown. Alpha Academy consists of Chad Gable and Otis. They're staying on Raw. Rick Boogs is moving from Raw to SmackDown. Katana Chance and Canyon Carter are from NXT, and they're moving up to Raw. Getting caught up to Raw. Cameron Grimes, who was previously NXT, is getting caught up to SmackDown. So that was who was drafted on night 2 of Raw live on TV. But the supplemental picks were after the show, post show. Okay, and there's a lot of here. Akira Tozawa is staying on Raw. Dana Brooke is staying on Raw. Emma is moving from SmackDown to Raw. Grayson Waller is getting caught up from NXT and is going to go into SmackDown. Indi Sure is a faction consists of Jinder Mahal, Sangha, and Veer Mahan. They're getting caught up NXT to Raw. Johnny Gargano is staying on Raw. Los Ethereos consists of Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo are moving from SmackDown to Raw. Nikki Cross is staying on Raw. Odyssey Jones from NXT is getting caught up to Raw. Piper Niven is staying on Raw. Riddick Moss is moving from SmackDown to Raw. Tamina is moving from Raw to SmackDown. Tegan Knox is moving from SmackDown to Raw. And the final pick, Isaiah Lee, is moving from SmackDown to Raw. And now there's free agents. There's free agents, and they can pick any brand. These are ones that are not picked, but they can go pick any brand they want to go to. Baron Corbin, he could go anywhere. Brock Lesnar, he negotiated his contract. Kayfabe about that. He could appear on both Raw and SmackDown. Cedric Alexander and Sheldon Benjamin, they're free agent. So they can choose any brand they want. Dolph Ziggler is a free agent. He can choose any brand. Elias is a free agent. He can choose any brand. Mustafa Ali is a free agent. He can choose any brand. Omos could choose any brand. Von Wagner could choose any brand. Isaiah Quinn. Von Wagner and Isaiah Quinn are both from NXT, and they can choose any brand they could sign with to go up to the main roster with. And there's some wrestlers that are not eligible either because they're injured or on maternity leave. Like for the women, Alexa Bliss, she's not eligible because she's on the shelf right now, recovering. Aaliyah, she's on the shelf right now. Big E is out because of a very bad neck injury he suffered. It could be possibly career ending. Bray Wyatt is on the shelf right now. Something to do with an illness. We don't know what illness it is. Carmella is out of action because she's pregnant, so she's on maternity leave. So she's having a child, obviously. Gable Stevenson, he's inactive because he's training for the 2024 Olympics. Logan Paul is a free agent, and he's not really a superstar. He could appear on any brand he wants, right? Part-time contract. R-Truth is a free agent, but he's not eligible. He's hurt. He had torn quadriceps, so he's hurt, so he's not drafted. Randy Orton's out of action for about almost a year due to a back injury, so he's not eligible. Robert Roode is inactive due to neck surgery, so he's not eligible. Shanky is inactive due to unknown reasons. I don't know what it is. It doesn't say. Tommaso Ciampa, the last pick, is inactive due to a hip injury. So some superstars are ineligible to certain situations, mostly injury, health-related things, and personal stuff, obviously. That's the draft. Okay? So yes, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley are... Bianca Belair is the Raw Women's Champion, and she's been drafted to SmackDown. That's correct. And Rhea Ripley is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and she's staying on Raw. So, I really don't understand. They did something similar to this in 2021 when Becky Lynch came back. She became Raw Women's Champion, and she was SmackDown Women's Champion, and Charlotte Flair was Raw Women's Champion. Okay, and they had a draft in October or November of 2021. So what they did, instead of having them lose the titles, they had them do it's basically switch titles. You give me the SmackDown title, I'll give you the Raw title. Instead of him losing the belt to some other woman that's gonna represent the belt, the brand's belt. Instead of like Becky Lynch was the SmackDown Women's Champion, instead of having her lose to a woman that's gonna be on SmackDown, they basically have her switch it with Charlotte Flair, Raw Women's title. So that's after that instance, Becky becomes a Raw Women's Champion, and Charlotte Flair becomes the SmackDown Women's Champion. This happened in late 2021. They just basically switched belts. I hope they don't do something like that. I don't like titles being switched like that. I know, Finbar. Like, there's much better situations like that. Just have them lose the belt. If you're gonna take the titles off them because of switched brands, do it in a match, please. I know it's the obvious. You're gonna lose. Right? But at least give us something to entertain us. People don't want to see belts being exchanged. People want to see people win and lose belts. They don't want to see being exchanged. Okay. Stupid notifications from the phone. Sorry. Now, Finbar, you asked me why this the new world title belt. It's has all to do with Roman Reigns, okay? Roman Reigns. It's pretty much Roman Reigns. Damn water. Okay. So, Roman Reigns is the undisputed WWE champion / Universal champion, right? But in his contract, he negotiated a contract maybe a year or a year and a half ago where he has less dates to appear and less pay-per-views to show up. So where he doesn't he's not on TV every week. He is carrying 2 titles at the moment. He's not on TV every week, not every month. And it's been 2.5 years. And they want, I think it's for ratings. They want somebody, they want somebody to carry the work, to give some good matches, to be the champion. Because he's taking a lot of time off, right? He's basically a part-timer, I would guess now. Roman Reigns is a part-timer. And if you know WWE, they do not like part-timers as champion that much anymore, right? Wrestling does not like part-timers as champion. They really want their champion to be on TV because it gives them ratings, right? They're champions. They need ratings on TV, right? They want Fox and USA want a champion on TV on SmackDown for ratings purposes. And since Roman Reigns is basically a part-timer, he's going to wrestle some pay-per-views. Obviously, the big pay-per-views like the SummerSlams, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, so wrestle at because they're the big pay-per-views, right? Maybe some other smaller kind of pay-per-views like Money in the Bank or something in between, right? And he'll appear on some SmackDowns, obviously, a certain amount of days to SmackDown, and some house shows. He was not a lot of house shows. He doesn't appear in a lot of house shows. And people want to see the champion, right? Live in the audience, in attendance, right? People want to see the champion. And the executives at Fox want to see Roman Reigns, or executives at USA, which is Comcast, Universal, whatever, want to see a champion, their champion on TV, man. Ratings. It's all about ratings and stuff. So they're gonna have two world heavy title belts. I guess he is carrying 2 belts, but I think they're pretty much gonna unify into one belt, and they're gonna keep the World Heavyweight Championship belt, the one that they announced a week ago, where it's gonna be exclusive to Raw. It's gonna be just a Raw belt, where it's gonna be a Raw World Heavyweight Champion, and not SmackDown. So Raw will have his heavyweight champion, and SmackDown will have his heavyweight champion. Right? Now, they're going to crown this champion at Night of Champions at the end of May 26th or 27th. Not this pay-per-view. Yeah, so there might be a tournament for it. I heard the possibility they might do a King of Ring at that event. I'm not sure. It's called Night of Champions. They might have every title defended on that card, except for that. Or they might just have they're going to crown the new champion, obviously, for the Raw World Heavyweight Champion. I hope for the SmackDown they should unify it, just make that belt, one big belt. I think it's really stupid carrying both belts if you're the heavyweight champ, right? It's really stupid. It's not like you're the world heavyweight champion and the Intercontinental champion or United States champion. Unify it. You make it one belt. Make it an undisputed belt. So the early favorite to win this new title for Raw, this new world heavyweight champion for Raw, is the early favorite. It's just no. Here's the thing. There's betting on wrestling, but don't. Wrestling is sometimes it's obvious you know who's going to win, and sometimes it's obvious you know who's not going to win. Okay, sometimes it's really, really obvious. So the early favorite, the early odds, who's going to be the first champion, who's going to be crowned the inaugural champion for the Raw title, is Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth Rollins is one of my favorite wrestlers, and right now in the world. Yeah, me too. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. So he's early favorites. Now that's just wrestling, guys. It doesn't really mean anything. Early favorites, man. And I think it's funny, stupid betting on wrestling, right? Gamble on wrestling. I don't know if I would gamble on wrestling. I don't know. But that's early favorites. I like the idea that whoever becomes champion for Raw, it's not going to be part-time like Roman Reigns. This person is going to be on every show. It's going to wrestle maybe at every pay-per-view. You don't have to wrestle at every pay-per-view, but more than Roman Reigns does, defending his title. It's not. I don't expect this to be a title where it's going to be like a 2.5-year run like Roman Reigns has, because Roman Reigns is getting close to 1,000 days. I do think that's the intention. Oh yeah, you could gamble wrestling. Oh yeah, you can for some time. Yeah. Not a lot of sports gambling sites don't have wrestling on gambling though. But there's some sports gambling sites where you could wrestle where you could gamble wrestling. Not wrestle, oh my god. But yeah, they do. You could pretty much gamble on anything now, man. Finbar, you could gamble on who's gonna win the Oscars for like next year already, or who's gonna be like the next James Bond. You'll be surprised what you could gamble on. I know, like, I'll just say this: when they're casting for the Batman, who's gonna play Batman, you could gamble on the actor. You could gamble the actor who's gonna be Batman. Robert Pattinson was a favorite. Nicholas Hoult was second. Yeah. You see, Degrassi's right. You could gamble basically on anything. Oh yeah. In wrestling, you could tell, especially pay-per-views, not much of Raw SmackDown, but on pay-per-views, you know who's going to win and who's going to lose. You can just tell. You could tell at times. It's the way it's built. It's the superstar going into that match. It's the superstars going into that match. You could tell. Like, it depends on the certain superstars in that match, right? Like, for example, if Roman Reigns is going to go, if Roman Reigns is like, the thing is, if Roman Reigns is going up against somebody like Sheamus, again, I'd probably pick Roman Reigns. Okay? Roman Reigns is more guaranteed to win. Like, that's like a for sure win for you. But it's hard about this. But this pay-per-view, gambling on this pay-per-view, you got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, right? Sure. I don't think Brock Lesnar should be the favorite, right? Because it's freaking Brock Lesnar. But not the way they build up Cody Rhodes and not the way they see Cody Rhodes, right? So that's the harder match to gamble on. But most of the time there's matches, especially pay-per-views, where like Yeah. I mean, obviously, if CM Punk has his first match back, there's no way you're gonna pick the other guy. Even though CM Punk was the minus and the other guy was the plus, there's no way you're gonna pick the minus guys because you know you're not gonna win any money because you know CM Punk would win. Yeah. Oh yes, there has. Like this WrestleMania main event. I thought Cody Rhodes was gonna win. But with this Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar match, I was saying you would think Brock Lesnar is the favorite, but the way they build up Cody Rhodes since he came back from the Rumble and since he came back to WWE, Brock Lesnar should not be the favorite or like an overwhelming favorite. Okay, to me, you could go either way in that match. So I would not have confidence on gambling on that match because I don't know because I wouldn't have faith on who's on either one of them winning as a for sure gone for conclusion. Okay, like that. Okay. And now, we get John Cena versus Roman Reigns. I would pick Roman Reigns over John Cena because John Cena is a part-timer. He's an actor now. It's obvious, right? Right? Especially in a title match. Yeah, one of them. Definitely one of them. Yes. Yeah, he is. Maybe on Raw. Yes. And now, for example, now they're going to build up a feud between Becky and Trish Stratus to SummerSlam. And while Trish Stratus is a legendary superstar, she's still been technically a part-timer. I would go with Becky Lynch. I would bet on Becky Lynch to win. Now, here's a gift for now we got Rhea Ripley. It is gambling. Yeah, it is gambling. I know you could gamble. You could gamble entertainment. Yep. Yeah. So Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega is for the title, right? SmackDown Women's title. Rhea Ripley just won at WrestleMania. And if you know how to build up Zelina Vega, you know she's not going to win that match. So if I put money down on a match, Rhea Ripley ain't losing that belt. So Zelina Vega, you're not going to make a lot of money because she's the favorite, but I'm not putting the money on Zelina Vega to win the match because I know how they're building up Rhea Ripley and I know how they build up Zelina Vega. Sometimes you got to look at Degrassi. Sometimes is right. There are swerves, but sometimes you got to look how they build up certain superstars. And directions of certain superstars, where they're going with them. And that match with Rhea Ripley and Zelina Vega, yeah, I'm not picking Zelina. I wouldn't put my money on Zelina Vega. I think he's a good guy. You know what? But buddy, you like wrestling? Come on. Here we go. Oh yeah. This is usually I'm doing this earlier than usual. That's the thing. So yeah. What was my description? But I'm doing a preview prediction show for the pay-per-view Saturday. And the main event might be Bad Bunny versus Damien Priest. As you know, Bad Bunny was at the Met Gala. And you know what was funny? While Bad Bunny was at the Met Gala, Damien Priest cut a promo on him live on Raw while the Met Gala was going on. Yes, sir, last night. If it was me, if I was Damien Priest, I would have called out Bad Bunny and said, "You're a coward. You can't be here at Raw because you're there back all the way in New York, not here in Texas. You're a coward, Bad Bunny." As a heel, not as a babyface, because Damien Priest is a heel. But you're a coward, Bad Bunny. You have to be all the way over. You can't be face to face with me, Bad Bunny. You have to be all the way in New York and not stand face to face with me. The controversial Met Gala on who the theme is, and the hypocritical Hollywood elitists. I know Degrassi. I called them. They did the people in Hollywood showed their true colors yesterday at the Met Gala, and who really their true colors came out, and who because of the theme of the event. Did he? I don't know. He was an Arrow, right? He was an Arrow, wasn't he? He was a villain in Arrow. I remember that. All right. And the rumor is Bad Bunny versus Damon Priest might be the main event because Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican and the pay-per-view is in Puerto Rico, right? So there might be the main event to have Bad Bunny main event. Well, that's cool and all. Well, to me, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar is a bigger match, right? Right? It's the bigger match. But I know Bad Bunny is a mega star, right? A mega star. But in terms of impact on the match, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, man. I'm sorry. You don't need a celebrity does not need to be in the main event in any pay-per-view. Okay? Okay. A celebrity does not be in the main event. They don't need it. Especially somebody like Bad Bunny. He does not need to be the main event guy. He can be an opening act, really. Okay? He can be an opening act. You don't need if you bring a celebrity, they don't need to be the main event at a pay-per-view in the wrestling universe, in the wrestling world. Just don't need. All right. Where am I? I don't know if he did. Apparently Becky Lynch was auditioning for a Marvel role or something like that. Maybe something like that. But I don't know what Marvel role or Marvel movie or TV show it was. Nothing came out to say what Becky Lynch was up, what Marvel TV show or movie. I don't know. I don't know. Nothing came out of that. Which one? Of the MCU. And Damon Priest, speaking of Damon Priest, apparently he almost got a role in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Almost. They're not unified yet. I don't know yet. That's a good question. Because they're the thing with the tag team titles, there's a Raw and SmackDown, but Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens hold both of them, hold both brands. They're not unified. So I don't know the plans yet. That's a good question though. I can't really answer that. What else is there? AEW. So tickets went on sale for All In. For AEW's All In pay-per-view event. That's going to be in London, England this year at the famous arena of Wembley Stadium. You got to know Wembley Stadium, man. I'm Finbar. You're from UK. You know Wembley, of course. You know Wembley, right? It's the most famous stadium in UK, right, Finbar? In the UK, right? You know Wembley, right? Iconic arena, right? Outdoor arena. That's where SummerSlam 92 took place. With Bret Hart and British Bulldog, where they main evented. Wembley's not just UK wide, it's worldwide venue. So AEW is having the first stadium pay-per-view in London, England at Wembley. And apparently 35,000 tickets were sold so far in the first day, which is today. Yeah, they're not gonna sell 96,000, I guarantee you. AEW doesn't have that kind of fan base. Like it doesn't have the worldwide casual fan base like WWE does. Like AEW has more of a hardcore fan base, more of a basically hardcore fan base wrestling. So they probably won't. Oh really? Oh really? I didn't know that. But if they have more of a hardcore fan base, so yeah, like Wembley could definitely sell a WrestleMania. I know they can. They could do a WrestleMania in Wembley. They can. WWE is having Money in the Bank, which is June, I believe. The pay-per-view after Night of Champions in England. They're going to have Money in the Bank in England. I'm not sure where in England. I'm not sure if it's London. I could be wrong, but it's not going to be in Wembley. They're not going to do the pay-per-view in Wembley. It's going to be in an arena, not a stadium. But so they're having so AEW is All In is having their event in All in August, at the end of August. So far, it seems like over 35,000 tickets were sold today. That's not even half of 96,000, but wrestling capacity is always smaller than the stadium's capacity, maximum capacity, because of the setup of how you set up not the studio, but the stage setup. How you set up the ring, the in the stage, where they walk down. Also, you gotta set up the setting, with the setting, all that stuff. And also on the side, you got like the electrical, the wires, all that, where you have the people the technical side where they hit the music, the pyro, all that stuff. Because if you've been to wrestling events, the capacity for wrestling events is smaller than the arena's capacity, max capacity. You know that. You have to cover some stuff up. All right? Because of the stuff. And yeah, all that, Finbar. Basically all that. That's good. I mean, like, that's good for the people in the UK. And again, and that's good for the UK. This is the first time to be out of North America. The AEW, they've been out of the US. They've been to Canada, but Canada's not with. Like Canada's, but they're not. They haven't been out of North America, right? I'm just saying. This will be the first time they'll be out of North America. They've been in Canada, and speaking of AEW, they are coming to Canada in June 25th. There's a lot of flippy shit in AEW. It's just that I'll say this: everybody could do the flippy shit. Everybody could do the other stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't mind the flippy shit. My issue is not the flippy shit. My issue is the selling. That's my issue with AEW. It's the selling. But AEW does put on better matches than WWE. They do. There's some really good matches in WWE. Don't get me wrong. There's some like when they get to the pay-per-views, they put on some great matches. I'll say that. Where was I? So they are doing June 25th. They are doing Forbidden Door, which I'll do. Forbidden Door is New Japan versus AEW. Oh, Baron Ball could do some of the flippy shit, man. I know he can. I know Lesnar tried it back in his prime with the Shooting Star Press. But watch Lesnar wrestle now, man. He does the same moves over and over. He can't, he doesn't do that much. Angle is amazing. Angle is great. So Forbidden Door is to be in Toronto as New Japan versus AEW. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's coming over, but if they get Okada, that'll be huge. Naito, Jay White. Oh, I love Jay White, but I don't like how they're using him in AEW. Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks. But then they're starting Owen Hart Classic that night, the tournament. Oh yeah, man, Okada Omega. Look, I'll say this: I think Okada's a little overrated. Okay, I'll tell you why I think Okada's overrated. I like Omega though, but I'll tell you why I think Okada's overrated. His finishing move is overrated. The Rainmaker is overrated. And I think a clothesline is like a very overrated finishing move. Honestly, I really do. I also think he's skinny. He's really skinny. No, I'm not gonna hold it against that. Also, I think he does some of the very basic moves. I'll say that. The tombstone, all that. I think Okada is just to me. I like Naito better. Naito better than Okada, really. Because he has more personality. It's like, yeah. But I think I like Omega though. Kenny Omega is good when he wants to be serious. I like Omega. I like Jay White. Oh yeah, Okada and Omega do have incredible chemistry. So they're starting Owen Hart Classic starting in Toronto. The tournament begins, or the tournament, and then in Calgary, that's when the finals is going to be because Owen Hart is from Calgary. So yeah, so you start the tournament in Toronto, obviously in Canada, and have the finals in Calgary because Owen Hart is from Calgary, Alberta. You know, the famous Hart family. Makes perfect sense. And so, yeah, that's it for that. I was going to talk about. Well, oh yeah, so Trinity, formerly Naomi WWE, made her debut in Impact this past Friday and Saturday for some taped shows. So Trinity, who is married to one of the Uso brothers, who is not in the WWE anymore, you know, because her and Sasha walked out back in May or June of last year, is now in Impact. Now, yeah, the thing is, Impact has some solid wrestling, all that. It's just that they don't get the attention because Impact has done a terrible job over the years of marketing itself, trying to get TV deals, streaming deals, all that stuff. They just don't get noticed. They just don't get noticed by the audience. That's why it doesn't really have a strong world audience, right? I can't even watch it on my TV here. I don't know where I can watch it on TV in my room, in my place. I don't know where I can find it. Really. I can find it on YouTube, but here's the thing. You have to become a member to watch Impact every Thursday on YouTube. I'm not doing that. That's a problem, right? It's a problem. I know they can't compete with AEW, WWE, and New Japan, obviously, but still, man, you got some good talent down there. And look, some of the best talent have gone to WWE and AEW from there. The Cody Rhodes is an Impact for a little bit. Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley. Like, I can name a few more. Oh yeah, they used to do shit like that. Impact TNA, you know, they like to do that bizarre stuff at times, right? Back in the day, yeah, TNA is famous for that kind of stuff. Yeah, they are. I mean, but remember, WWE kind of did it first with China, right? Right. Remember, China became Intercontinental Champion. They did it first. Then they stopped doing that. But Impact is famous for that kind of stuff. You know, Impact is famous having this creative ideas, like really creative ideas. You know, right? King of the what's that? It's a bunch of creative ideas I can't think. Uh, the X Division kind of thing, the X Division match. And, Impact. They have these out like these crazy. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Out their ideas throughout their history, right? That's Impact. But she's in it now. Yeah, she's probably the biggest star in a long time. I feel bad for her because she went to Impact, and I think so. I don't know. I don't remember. I kind of stopped watching Impact years ago. I loved Impact at one point. I really did like Impact at one point, but I stopped watching it years ago. I don't know when I started. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. I stopped watching Impact, 2012, 2013. I watched it from like 2006, 2007 to like 2012, 2013. I watched it during the Hogan years. I did watch it during the Hogan years. I watched Impact during the Hogan years, man. And remember, they tried to compete with WWE when they put their show on the same night as Raw. That backfired greatly. Ugh. They used to have a deal with Spike and Fox. But yeah, Trinity's there. Mercedes Moné's into Japan. She's Casca Reeves, formerly of Star Wars Mandalorian. She's a Mandalorian, you know that, right? You know what? I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it because it's a little creative, but they don't use it anymore. They don't use it anymore. So I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on it. But I think what made the problem with Impact was Impact has so much talent, right? So much great talent from Impact. I mentioned 3 names there, but you can remember AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Those are 2 right there. So much talent. The problem with Impact was it was always been creative. It was always creative. Its storylines. Always. That's been their biggest issue. It was never the wrestling. It was never the talent. It was the storylines, basically. Creative. The writing. One of my favorite things about Impact, though, was Joker Sting. When Sting became the Joker. Joker Sting. I love Joker Sting. Man, I love that. I love that version of Sting. I love that. He basically copied the Heath Ledger's Joker. I love that. I want more Joker Sting. Um. Oh yeah, Black Machismo, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, Black Machismo. Yeah, I like that. I remember that, man. Yeah, that was a good. That was a good impressions. He was good at it. That's funny too. But yeah. See, I don't talk. We don't talk much about Impact really on this stream. Okay, we don't really talk about that because I really don't watch it, man. I don't watch Impact. I'll be honest with you. I know what's going on a little bit from time to time because I see on Twitter from my wrestling from the people that are into wrestling, but I really don't know much about Impact anymore. Ah. Uh, oh. Oh, whatever. Whatever. There's stuff going on. Whatever. But yeah, let's see what else is there. Let's see if there's any update. I want to see something. Orlando wants to host the 2024 Royal Rumble. Fuck no, you don't deserve it. I don't want Orlando. No, you're not getting it. You're not getting it, Orlando. What else is there? I don't care. But yeah, this lawsuit, I really want to get. Okay, this lawsuit is going on. It's really, really bad. But I really want to get somebody else's discussion on this though. I may talk about it next week, but it's really, really bad. This lawsuit. But let's see what else is there. Tonight is NXT. Tonight is NXT. Also, I just found out now the ring announcers are switching brands too. Ring announcers. So Mike Rome is going to SmackDown and Samantha Irving is going to Raw. Okay. But yeah, so we got the draft going in. We got a couple days away to WrestleMania Backlash in Puerto Rico. Also, got NXT tonight, Dynamite tonight. No, Dynamite tomorrow, SmackDown Thursday, and I'll say this: when the Warner Bros. Up Front comes up this month, if they do it up front, because of what's going on with the writer strike, if they do it up front, expect an official confirmation from them, confirming that Saturdays in June, AEW will be getting a third show live on one of their channels, TBS or TNT, AEW Collision. You mean Howard Finkel? Oh, there's some really good ones now. Trust me. Howard Finkel was amazing, but I don't know if Howard Finkel is dead. He could be. But yeah, so Warner Bros. May announce the third AEW show, the AEW Collision, on Saturdays, and that's supposedly supposed to start in June, and it might be CM Punk's return show. Comes back to AEW, and I think it looks like CM Punk's coming back to AEW. Yeah, so it's about an hour in. I like that. I thank you. Good. All right. Yeah. I know he's headed 100%. I know. Okay. Thank you. So like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Take care, guys. With that AEW presenting latest SmackDown is out. I might be at Tony's show tonight. Yeah. talk wrestling on Tony's show. Yeah. Yeah, thank you all. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, whatever. Do all that. Enjoy NXT, enjoy AEW, enjoy your pay-per-view, enjoy whatever. Take care, guys.